I'm Dara Halpin, the founder of Sheela.ie, and you are very welcome to our YouTube channel at Sheela Women. Today's video is part of our pelvic floor basics series. In this series, we take a single exercise and show you how to optimize it for pelvic floor strength and flexibility. Now, as you probably know by now, it's just as important to stretch out your pelvic floor muscles as it is to strengthen them. So today we're going to be looking at child's pose, a really fantastic yoga pose that's going to help you stretch out and release any tension you might be holding in your pelvic floor muscles. So let me show you how it's done. So cat-cow is a floor exercise. I've got my mat out here today, but you don't really need a mat to just come down onto the floor. You're going to be kneeling. Now, if kneeling is difficult for you, if you find this kind of acute angle on the knee a little bit painful, you can roll up a towel and just place that in here behind the backs of your thighs, and that will take some of that pressure off. You want your knees to be close together, you want your feet to be close together, and your bum is just resting on your heels there. There are loads of great benefits to this exercise. It stretches out the ankles, it stretches out the hips, obviously the pelvic floor muscles, and the spine. It also is really good for lowering the heart rate and improving blood flow to the head, so it can really help clear brain fog, and it can even relieve constipation. So a really good one to have in your arsenal if any of those things are troubling you. So once you're in your kneeling position, all you're going to do is drape your tummy over your thighs. So lean forwards, you put your hands on the mat as you come down, and you're going to place your forehead gently onto the mat, just however it feels comfortable. Then you kind of paint the mat with your fingertips and lay the backs of your hands on the floor. Now, in this position, just rock gently side to side and start to let go any gripping of any muscles that you might be unconsciously holding on to. And you're going to allow your tummy muscles to be very soft here. Come into stillness, let that rocking go. Let the shoulders be heavy. The weight of the back, ease out all of the muscles underneath. So you're going to take in a few expansive deep breaths here. Remember, breathing in is expanding and letting go. So breathe in, release, and expand. Now you should feel that breath going into your soft tummy muscles, but also just allowing a little bit of expansion across the bottom of the bum muscles there, the bottom of the buttocks. If you're really tuned in, you can feel those pelvic floor muscles start to release and expand, moving downwards as the breath comes in. And then as you exhale, you'll notice a slight engagement of the tummy and the pelvic floor as they return to their starting position. So let's just do a couple of breaths here. Breathing in, expanding, letting go. And breathing out. Gentle contraction and return. If you find it hard to tune into that movement of the pelvic floor muscles as you breathe, this is a fantastic position to do that. Because we're bent over like this, that area is already stretched, and so the movements are easier to feel. Breathing in, expanding, the pelvic floor moves down. Pelvic floor. Now, child's pose really is as simple as that. You can stay here for as long as feels comfortable, but there are a couple of variations that I would like to show you. We can make this into more of a full body exercise and deepen the stretch in our hips if we change the position slightly. So I'm going to come up to sitting, put your hands on the floor, and you want to gently roll up through the spine back into the kneeling position that we started in. So we're going to look at extended child's pose now. So what we do is keep the toes together, but put the knees as wide as the yoga mat. And you'll already feel a little stretch here in the groin. Again, coming up nice and tall before we fold forwards. So very gently breathe in. And as we exhale, use your hands to gently walk out the hands in front of you on the mat. And slowly lower your chest and your elbows to the floor, eventually resting your forehead on the floor as you did before. Just make sure your shoulders aren't high up around your ears here. Really try and have those shoulders in their sockets. Nice length of the neck, space between the shoulders and the ears. So in this position, you're deepening the stretch across your hips. And stretching different areas of the pelvic floor muscles. Remember, 14 different muscles in the pelvic floor. Different positions will activate and release different parts of the pelvic floor. But breathing in and expanding is going to help dissipate any tension those muscles might feel. You can also, in this position now, really connect the softness of the belly with the softness and moving down the pelvic floor muscles as you breathe in at the front. You might even feel there's a little bit of a rocking motion there. Just release and allow your body to move with the breath. Breathing in and releasing. Breathing in. This is a really, really great position if you're feeling stressed out. Just helps you return to your own inner world, listen to the breath, focus the mind. But also stimulating the third eye point there, which helps bring more blood flow to the brain, helps clear any brain fog and anxiety. There's one more little modification I'd like to show you here in this position. I really like to do a shoulder stretch at the same time as I do this. So I'm stretching the hips and the shoulders at the same time. I love a shortcut, so I'm going to do two things at once and improve things for my body in a more global way. I will. So what you're going to do is just gently walk your elbows in closer to your head and put your hands together. You might need to adjust the elbows a few times here. Then lift your hands up so that they are pointing towards the sky. Now you feel this stretch deep into your armpits. That means we're stimulating the lymph nodes that live there. You'll also feel your shoulder blades squeezing together, undoing any of that tension that we feel when we've been sitting at a desk typing for a long time. The same principles apply with our breath. Breathe in, expand, release those muscles, allow them to let go. Breathing out. Let's just take a couple more breaths here. Really letting go of that tension across the shoulders that we all carry. Allowing fresh blood to flow into our brains. Using the breath to mobilize the pelvic floor really gently. Stretch out and release any of that tension that we might be holding. Remembering also that tension can also cause symptoms of pelvic floor issues like pain or leaks or incontinence. So stretching out those muscles is the best way to relieve tension in that area. So to come out of this, gently release the hands. One at a time, put your hands back on the mat. Push away, allow the head to be heavy, and roll back up into a sitting posture. So that is child's pose. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. That way you won't miss any more of our free content that we like making for you so much. We've also got a really fantastic course if you're looking to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles and don't really know where to start. We have got a course called the Pelvic Floor Connection, which is going to show you just how to do that. It teaches you how to connect to your physical body using your breath, your brain and movement, and it shows you how to integrate pelvic floor squeezes into regular exercise routines. So I'll put the link for that below this video and do check it out. Thanks for watching.